Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Optimus's Microsoft AI and Copilot for the Retail and Grocery Industries webinar. I'm just going to wait about 20 seconds to 30 seconds so that some more people can join, and then we can get started. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day today so far, and thank you for taking the time to join this informative series that we have continuing over the past couple months and into the following months. All right, so let's jump right into it and get started. Boy, can you jump to the next screen, please? All right, so what we currently have upcoming, and as I was speaking about it before, we have some upcoming workshops. The Microsoft AI and Copilot for Hospitality, Hotels, and Restaurants Industries. It's taking place on March 20th and 22nd. You'll see to the top there for the registration and to book your spot in that workshop. It's www.optimus.pro/workshop. The link or that link will also be provided to you in the chat where you can access it and book your spot even while we're speaking here. So, it's going to be very informative, especially for the hospitality, hotels, and restaurant industry folks out there. So, tell a friend, tell a coworker, someone who's interested in it, and let them register. You can send them the link. All right, so I'm going to jump to the agenda for today. So we're going to look at some industry trends. What is modern workplace? What is Copilot? The business scenario is a demonstration that has been provided today by Jorge Castro. He's our VP for CRM and customer service. Then we're going to just go through some quick ROIs. And then we're going to wrap up with the questions and answers. You can put your questions in the chat. You can put your questions throughout the entire workshop, and then we'll answer them during that period of time. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. So this ad on Microsoft Copilot was done for the Super Bowl. It's one of the best ads I've seen so far that's coming out from Microsoft, and where they speak to, having an all-round view of Copilot.
Watch me.
Just watch me now. Just watch me now. I got something for you, a little more for you. You won't believe your eyes. Just watch me now. I got something for you, a little more for you. You won't believe your eyes. Just watch me now. Just watch me now.
All right, that's a really awesome ad that Microsoft produced for the Super Bowl. So now we're going to jump into some industry trends. And what we're looking at is some predictions by analysts from the NRF. The NRF is the National Retail Federation for Retail and Grocery. So they basically indicated, as we all know, AI is breaking business constraints. It's enabling faster and more precise decision making. So, if you can remember a time when we didn't have AI, which is just recently, right? But AI was always around and learning, even on our phones and stuff like that, right? So right now, the retail sector is ranked second globally, right? In terms of AI technology spending, it's 2.3 times growth in sales, and it's produced 2.5 times growth in profits. Now, those numbers might sound small, but when you actually look at those numbers, and we can provide, those projections by IDC for you if you require it. It shows it shows positive trending within the industry itself. So the AI is used to influence product designs, personalized shopping experience, enhance inventory management, demand planning, and forecasting, which is huge for the retail industry. It's used to optimize product sourcing, where you're getting your products from, and also store layout optimization. You wouldn't think about a store being set up in such a way that it helps the customer to move through quicker and find what they need. And the AI can look at your dimensions and actually put that in order for you. Right. So these are just some of the trends that we have from NRF and some analysts. Next point. All right, some more statistics here. 25% of the entire labor market could be automated in the next few years. This is coming from Goldman Sachs. They're looking at how the labor market could be not changed out, but automated and being assisted with, right? 50% of all work will be AI driven by 2055. This comes from McKinsey. The work that they're talking about is you actually using AI to, help in the day-to-day life of your work, right? And 80% of jobs could be impacted by ChatGPT. This is coming from the University of Pennsylvania, right? So think about 80% of your jobs. Think about an Uber driver, right? Using AI to get the best route possible using the data coming out of traffic signals and traffic overall being read immediately out of the data. So this is what you can look at. What we have next is a customer interaction video, right? Um, and this is one of our clients that actually took this video. What it shows is our client going into a store, and instead of opening the freezer, as you'll see that they're going to be doing now, each time they need to see if something is inside, right? On the screen of the freezer itself, it has all of the products, the pricing, the stock levels, everything, right? What this does, it helps the consumer, the client, to make a better decision or a faster decision, and it also saves on um, the wear and tear of the device, the refrigerator that is, and the power consumption. Because remember, every time you open a refrigerator, you open a drawer, you open something that's powered, it consumes power, which sends up bills, right? So the consumer interaction in terms of the new technology that we have out there is expanding more and more and more into different industries, different retail industries, different retail sectors. Fashion, for example, as we saw here, the food and beverage. In restaurants, you also have that sort of interaction, right? Next, we can also see where, we have another one of our customers showing the shopping experience of their kid in a tech store and experiencing, you know, um, ex- experiential shopping, as they call it. So you go in, you touch, you feel, you pick up everything, you look at it, and then you can just walk out. The reason why you can walk out of the store is that when you walk in, you can either scan your credit card or your membership card, and then you pick up the item. When you walk out with it, it brings up. It scans the product details itself, brings it up, and then it charges your card. Right. So it's such an experience. Now they have it in a couple airports when you travel. You can get it. They have it in some of the Apple stores actually that has Apple accessories that it takes place. Right. I saw one recently in Miami where it this happened. Our third video that we have here is um, at one of the conferences where we're seeing some self-order and self-checkout technology. And this has been, increasing in most of the industry now, where we can go into various supermarkets, various stores, and, we do self-checkout. We don't have to wait for a cashier anymore. We scan our products and we pay via credit card, business card, whatever card it is, or checking account or whatever, and we can actually just walk out without any sort of interaction. Now, they have some people that just like to have something in and out quick, get that experience. You're going, you know what you're going for, you get that product, you come, you do your self checkout, and then you go ahead. And this is increasing more and more all over the world in terms of the retail industry, right? And the interaction in terms of the screens, the interaction in terms of the scanners, it's getting more and more advanced. AI is being embedded in there where it's learning the products, it's learning dimensions, it's learning the changes in the products, and then it's applying it to the system itself. Right? Right. In our next slide. And this is where we started to talk about Copilot and Microsoft Copilot connecting to our everyday tools that we use. And as we see here, it's connected to the 4 different areas. We have Dynamics 365, and all of the products which fall under that Dynamics 365 family. We have sales, customer insights, business central. So customer insight, sorry, sales and customer insights go hand in hand. Business central is your ERP or your backend for your financials, your customer service, field service, project operations, finance, and supply chain management. That is the entire Dynamics 365 family where Copilot can be found within all of those. Power Platform, we have Power Apps, Power Automate, Copilot, Studio, Power Pages, and Power BI. We all know Power BI being the most popular one that we interact with and use in terms of getting our reports and dashboards and stuff outside there. And I think the most popular and common one that we all know is Microsoft 365, where we have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Teams. Copilot is embedded into each one of these, products. For example, within PowerPoint, you have Copilot, and you can tell Copilot, get a slide with a background of a phoenix, for example, and show fire as an effect on it, and it will give you different options for that, right? And also, it's embedded into some third-party applications. Now, these third-party applications, um, they have to be very specific. They have to go through the process of requesting to get their product with Copilot and for it to work with Copilot and stuff like that. So um, that's why we have that different section over there, right? So this is all of the areas where Copilot is currently embedded and what you can use and the tools that you can use them with within the industry. And you have your everyday tools here like Word, Excel, and stuff that you use on a daily basis. For financial people, you have your Business Central, your finance modules. For customer service representatives, you have your customer service and sales modules. And for your developers, of course, you have your Power Platform. So this is how Copilot connects with the everyday tools and interacts with you and also the tool. So I think I have spoken a lot right now, and I would now like to introduce you to the man of the moment, Mr. Jorge Castro, who's going to take you through the business scenario, which is Walmart. That's a catchy name, right? And Jorge is going to show you how it functions, how it works, and then we're going to come back after and show you some details about licensing and stuff like that. So, without any further ado, Jorge, over to you.
Thank you, Michelle, and good morning, everyone. And welcome and thanks for being here. I know that everybody has things to do, but this is really important, and the information that you are going to be receiving today is really going to be useful. Um, for today, we are going to be reviewing four scenarios. The first one is going to be Thomas, that is a category manager that is going to analyze the information. On that scenario, I'm going to be showing you how to use the Copilot directly from, on Excel. The second scenario is going to be a marketing analyst. I'm going to show you how to generate the content for an email or for a marketing campaign. I'm going to be showing you how to use a platform called Typeface that will be useful to generate content, to generate images, and some other things. I'm going to be showing you how to use the Copilot directly on Outlook in the third scenario. I mean, during the presentation, probably I'm not going to be specifying in which scenario I'm going to be, but I'm going to be showing you the whole functionality. And at the end, sorry, I'm going to show you. We are going to talk about Jane, that basically is a store manager that wants to draft a policy for restocking organic shelf, and I'm going to be showing you how to use it. Probably some of you are familiar with the platform, some other not. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So let me stop sharing this and let me share my desktop now. Okay, so the first scenario that we are going to be covered today is going to be an Excel file. An Excel file that is going to show us the summary of some sales in a store. Like for example, this one. Let's say that I download this information from any system. I don't. I mean, I didn't want it to attach to a specific scenario or a specific platform. I'm just saying that you could download the information from any system and have the information after that in Excel. And then you could start doing your analysis using just the basic Excel functionality. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to open the Copilot here. I'm going to click in this icon in the right, in the top right side. And, and I'm going to start interacting with Copilot. The first thing that I'm going to ask Copilot is sort the information using a specific column. I know that is something that you could do, just clicking in the column and just clicking on sort. But the idea is start interacting with Copilot. So interacting means that Copilot is going to start analyzing the information. So for example, in this case, I already did the order. I mean, I already did the sort, sorry. And now let's say that I want to highlight or I want to bold the first column. So again, it's something that you could just select the column, just select the rows, and just click on bold. But the idea is to interact with the platform. It's going to be, I mean, the Copilot is going to be suggesting things to do. I'm going to be working with him, but I'm going to do additional instructions or prompt. So we already used the sort by date. That was this one. After that, I used the bold first column. But what happened if I want to analyze the information well in more charts? So I could just the prompt visualize this data. And what the system is going to be doing is that it's going to analyze the information and is going to suggest a chart or a group of charts actually that could help you to analyze the information. At the beginning, it's going to suggest you one, but you could click here and add all insights to the grid. And the system is going to create another sheet and is going to generate or it's going to add all the charts that the system, I mean, the Copilot consider that could be important for you. Additionally, it's going to add some pivot tables with some summaries, so that are pretty useful as well. And for example, in this scenario, I could see the chart and I could identify that the organics are less, I mean, the sales in the organics could be less than the traditional ones. And let's say that I want to promote that kind of product. So in the next scenario, I'm going to be using that information to start a marketing campaign. I'm going back to this table. I want to use another two additional prompts. The first one is going to be suggest a column. That is one of the ones that I consider that are more useful because sometimes you have the information that probably you don't know what else could be useful. So you could ask Copilot suggest a column, and the Copilot functionality is going to suggest a column that consider based on the information. Probably for this scenario, it's not going to be the super suggestion, but in some others could be pretty useful. Like for example here, as you can see here, it's going to it's suggesting me add a revenue column. It's in the right format. For example, here I have the total, but as you can see, I am multiplying the unit price and the sold units, and the format is not correct. In the suggestion that Copilot is doing is suggesting me the column in the right or in the proper format. That is pretty useful. And if I want to add it, I just need to click here and that's it. The system is going to add the column immediately. Another prompt that is useful is this one that I just say analyze. And the system is going to suggest me or is going to ask me things to continue with the analysis. So for example, it's going to ask me, I can show you the product with sold units higher than 70 or something like that. I mean, it's going to start suggesting things to make the analysis better. So on Excel, the functionality is pretty interesting. If you want to review what else you can do in Excel, I suggest you to come here to this URL that I could share with you in the chat in a couple of minutes. This is the Copilot Lab. And the good thing here is that you could just select the platform where you could use the Copilot. And the system, I mean, is going to show you the prompts that you could use, and it's going to show you some examples and some other things. So it's a really good thing. I'm going to share with you the URL of the Copilot lab. I already pasted in the chat. And now I'm going to pass to another scenario. Let's say that, as I mentioned, we want to promote the organic products. I mean, in the exercise, and I want to show you how to do it. I mean, how to do a pretty quick email with that information. Let's say that I have an email here. I mean, I have a like blank email, and I want to use the Outlook to generate content. So what I'm going to be doing here is that I just need to click on Copilot for Sale. The Copilot for Sales is going to open a functionality that is going to help me to generate content. I'm going to use the draft and email, and I'm going to paste like the instruction. Like for example, I should have the example here. Like for example, this one. I'm just asking Copilot generate a test for a marketing campaign to promote organic products in a supermarket. That's a pretty simple instruction, but I mean, actually already generated content. But the awesome thing here is that if you click here in adjust draft, it's going to provide you additional options. Like for example, make it a little bit short, or make it longer, or adjust the tone. You can do it more friendly, more formal. This is the thing that I consider that is more useful, because sometimes you want to generate in a specific tone or with a specific length. So this is pretty useful. Additionally, if you want, you could translate it. I mean, you could generate that in Italian or Dutch or any of those languages. Actually, a couple of days ago, the list was just like four options, and now I'm just the additional one. So every day is Microsoft is making this better. Additionally, if you want, you could, like, for example, we have a 10% discount on organic product. I mean, you could add your own information, and you could update, and the system, the Copilot, is going to generate the email using the information that you just mentioned. Like, for example, here, it's including your 10%, it's making the test shorter, and it's generating in a more friendly way. You could add to your email, and that's it. I mean, you have the email immediately in a couple of seconds. So it's a really good functionality. If you want to translate, if you want to generate the content in different languages, it's pretty awesome. So that's the functionality in Outlook. And continuing with the marketing campaign, I want to show you this platform. This is another one. The name is Typeface. This is not Copilot, but it's something in AI that I really want to show you because impressed me, and I think that is something that I mean is important to review. So the first thing is that you could add your own brand. I mean, you could add your logo, you could add your image, you could add your own thing. But after that, and the good thing here is that you could generate something completely from scratch. So you could, if you want to generate an Instagram ad, or if you want to generate a TikTok content, or if you want to generate, I mean, whatever you want to generate in terms of marketing, sure that you are going to find something interesting here. So, for example, I'm going to generate an Instagram ad, and the system is going to ask me what's the goal of my campaign. Let's say that I want to promote organic products again, and I want to generate a specific image. So the system is going to ask me what is the specific image that you want to generate. You could just describe the image that you wanted, and you want, I mean, that you just need to click on generate. The system is going to generate the image, and additionally, it's going to generate the hashtag. It's going to generate the topic or the title that you should use in Instagram. So it's going to be really useful because you don't need to start from scratch or something like that. If you don't like the image, you could ask typeface generate another one or change the color or include some other things or make it more colorful, something like that, and the system is going to be helping you with that. Additionally, if you want, you could ask the typeface generate, for example, text. If I want to generate tests for my campaign or for the content, I could just describe here what exactly I want generate tests for marketing campaign to promote organic products in a supermarket. And the system is going to generate a whole document here with information that is important for us. Actually, it's going to say or it's going to have dynamic content, like for example, your supermarket name. So it's going to interact with the information that you configure in the environment, and it's going to generate the content exactly with the information what you want. So that's why I consider that it's really useful. Additionally, it's not just that. As you can see here, it's including icons, it's including some images. I mean, it's including making more human per se in some way. So this is a really good platform, and it's not Copilot. It's not. But it's something that I really want to recommend you. Okay. Now we are going to be passing to the last scenario. That is a scenario where a person wants to generate a policy, a document. So what I'm going to be doing now is that I'm going to open a document from scratch, and I'm going to be using Copilot here. It's going to be simple, of course, um, but we really want to show you how to do it. So basically, you just need to click here and 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 describe here or ask Copilot to generate a document with the things that you require. So, for example, generate a document with the supply policy for an organic shelf. You just need to generate, and the Copilot is going to generate the whole document. This is really awesome. Additionally, there are some other prompts that you could use as well in Word, like for example, add additional paragraphs, add a summary, include images. So, there are multiple things that you could do there. Additionally, if you generate a document, for example, let's say that I generate this document, or I have a document that I just write, and you want to generate a PowerPoint based on that document, you could do it as well. So you could go directly up to PowerPoint and generate a document. Generate a presentation, of course, based with an instruction. But if you already have the document, you could generate a PowerPoint based on that document. So that's another very good functionality. The Copilot already generated the document. Well, this time was kind of lazy. It was short, but it's generating the document. And now you could start just organizing the document. If you don't want the description or if you want to change it the way that Copilot write it, you could just right click and rewrite with Copilot. It's going to generate an alternative test of the test that previously did. So that's really, it's a really, really good functionality. And I think that it's something that, of course, we could use and we could get a lot of content and a lot of advantages with this platform. So this is the business scenarios that I want to show you. I want to make it really practical, showing you how to do it directly in the system, not just the theory part, but I hope so to be useful with this information. So now we are going to be continue with Vishal and with the licensing information that is important as well. If you have any question later about the functionality, about the scenarios, or about if it's something that you could use for a specific thing, just let us know and in the chat, and we will be answering you ASAP. Let me share the presentation again and move it to the slide that we were previously. And yes, we are in the licensing one. Michelle, are you there? Yes.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome, awesome demo, Jorge. Thank you so much for that. As always, it's informative. It's it helps everyone understand what it can do in great detail. All right. So in terms of licensing, Microsoft Copilot has four separate areas for licensing. Some which can be combined, and of course, the one that most people love, the free one. So there's a free Copilot out there that you can use for foundational stuff that you can do basic stuff with, um, commercial data protection and stuff and everything like that. If you need to get, a little more in depth and a little more out of the product itself, you can get Copilot for Microsoft 365, which is an added fee of $30 US per user per license, right? And also for the sales and services aspect, um, you have Copilot, which gives you role specific capabilities as to the different roles within the organization that you do have. You can get those for $50 per user per module. So Copilot for sales, $50, Copilot for service, $50 additional. And you notice the differentials here. For the Copilot for sales and Copilot for service, you for the Copilot for Microsoft 365, you have web grounding, commercial data protection, enterprise grade data protection, graph grounding, Microsoft 365 apps, and Copilot Studio. However, with the sales and service, you get the role specific capabilities as I mentioned before, right? So you can try it for free, try Copilot for free, see how, it works for you in terms of your specific requirements. And then if you need more from it, you can go on and try to get, Copilot for Microsoft 365, see and see how it works. Um, so stemming from this, I just want to go through some ROIs and to show you how quickly you can recover the cost of Copilot, which is our next slide. Right, there we go. In terms of, we put it into three different areas and three different sections and three different roles: an executive, a manager, and an individual contributor. Individual contributor is a regular employee who's working on payroll, who's working on letters, who's working in administration,
Salgado.
right? Okay, so um, executive, for example, $200,000 per year. Now you can save with Copilot, you can save 1 hour at a pay rate of $200,000 per year, saves $100, right? This shows basically for the full year, you have 3.3 minutes per day to break even. And break even means that you're saving that um, for Copilot, for your license, for the cost of the license. Manager, $100,000, basically salary, you save $50, which is 6.5 minutes per day to break even. So think about it. You're trying to, manager is looking for, let's say, a report, right? So manager types in Copilot, help me to create a report on sales for the past month showing product A, right? Whereas you would have had to spend, I would say, about 15, 20 minutes pulling the data, constructing it to what you would prefer it to be, right? Instead of taking all of that time, you'll take like about 2 minutes to 3 minutes to get this done using Copilot, right? The individual contributor, $60,000, saves $50 per year, um, 11 minutes per day to break even. Think about someone who is in administration, churning out letters, someone who is in um, HR, looking at different employees and their different skill sets. Look at somebody who's in finance, trying to pull, let's say, AP for the past month, right? All of those little things, 11 minutes per day, something that would take like 50 minutes, 40 minutes, you can actually just in 11 minutes break even for the cost of Copilot to help you, right? So, and you see there's a little line to the bottom there. You're assuming 2,000 hours per year, 22 days per month. So it shows you the calculation that we use in order to get the benefits above. And you can check it as to how, take some time, look at what you do, look at the process that you do, and try for the free option of Copilot and see, how long it would take for you to get to do that. All right, moving to the next slide in terms of improving workflows, we covered like everything. This is a summarized version of everything that Jorge covered in his demo, right? In terms of meetings, you can quickly catch up on meetings you missed by getting a summarized meeting notes and next steps, which would help you to run a more effective meeting, or the next meeting will be much more effective. Search to get all your answers from across the data that you have. You can get insights you weren't even looking at before, right? In terms of content creation, jumpstart creativity, write in like a pro, create documents, chat, draft emails, and chat replies instantly. Our CEO loves to use the create content creation aspect of Copilot. He he both thought that, look, listen, I just used Copilot to draft this answer to you guys, and you know he goes up on it for about an hour or so, right? All right, so the exciting news. Our next slide. We have a Microsoft Copilot promotion. You're going to get 10% off. Of course, it's up to 5 licenses for 1 year, but it's for a limited time. So if you're interested, I suggest that you contact us at www.optimus.pro or operations@optimus.pro. Get the information and make use of this promo while it lasts.